last time, and what we were doing was fixing the Polaris seat that a dog had got a hold of, and he had ate it up pretty good. So what we're gonna do is this is part 3. I can't make the videos too long. This is real time. It's uncut. This is what it takes when you're in an upholstery shop. When you take your seats there, the part where you don't never see is this part right here. It's how we fix the seats. It's how we cut the foam. The whole process. That's the reason it's uncut, so you can actually see. If you want to, you can fast forward through it, or you can sit there and just watch it. It don't matter, as long as you try to pick up something. It's a dying trade. Nobody's actually learning it anymore. It don't seem like. And if you've seen part 2, you've seen where I was cutting out the foam. This is the foam for the driver's seat. I already had the foam cut out for the passenger seat, and you'll see right here where I got this foam right here cut out. These pieces right here are that's the backrest. I did clean it up because I just don't like to work and get my hands that dirty. This is the bottom part. This part right in here. If you can look right in here, I had to melt the plastic back together, and you see right here how they done it before. Now I did go in and melt some of the other back together, like right in here. I did this part right over here. I did all this, and so his plastic wasn't actually considered in bad shape, but it wasn't in real good shape either. So that's where we're at. I'm going to grab the bottom, and I'm going to put it up here on the table and take it apart and see what the frame looks like. I hadn't looked at a lot of this stuff. Just whenever he brought it in, he said the dog tore it all to pieces. So, and I know if you've got one, or if you've got a golf cart, or if you've got a side-by-side or a four-wheeler, over the years, that's the number one thing. A dog would just, I don't know whether they get pissed off at the owner or what they do, but I do know that they will eat it up. And a squirrel will eat it, and a bunch of different animals will tear it up. So this is where we're at. I would like for you to learn how to do this, because my grandchildren don't care. They're not interested in it. I mean, I could leave all this to them. I got a warehouse in town. I got a warehouse in another city that's full of all kind of stuff, and maybe I'll take y'all on a tour and just show you how much crap, if you're in the upholstery business, you can actually accumulate. A lot of shops don't accumulate this much, but it seems like I do. But we'll get started on this bottom one. I mean, the driver's side, we'll get started on the bottom, we'll get started on the backrest, see what the frame looks like. I did look at it. I know a little bit. I hadn't took it apart, so once I take it apart, I'll determine. But I do have a sandblaster, and I'm almost sure I'm gonna sandblast it, and we'll go from there. I would like for you to like and subscribe if you like what you see, and if you're learning anything. I might not be the best teacher, but if you like it and you want to learn a little bit, maybe you can pick up some ideas and like and subscribe, because I'm still learning about YouTube, how to do YouTube. I had a worker out here that worked for me. His mother got one of them shots, and it really messed her up, and now she's he has to stay with her and look out for her. So he hadn't been here in a year. Maybe she'll get better to where he can come back. But at this point, I'm by myself, so my camera skills are not great. And like I said, I'm learning. Maybe I can find somebody that can come out here and hold the camera and give y'all some close-ups and do some good stuff. But let's get started on taking it apart, and we'll go from here. I'm gonna pull you right down here. I'm gonna put my pad up here because I don't want to mess up my tabletop. Let me see. Here's my pad. I knew it looks like crap. My tabletop would look like that if I didn't use it. And I do have a table back there in the back, but I don't have no way to show y'all. You know, if I had a camera guy, I could actually show you. So I'm gonna move this on back. Maybe you can get an idea of what's going on. Alright. I didn't cut none of this off. I see how they done it, how they made it. This part right here, I can go ahead and tell you, it's been bad for a while because this part right here shrunk. And if you see, you can see this line right here. Zoom y'all in just a little bit. Okay, you can see this line right here. Right here is this is pulled in like this right here. That ain't supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be out here like this. So I know that this right here, it could have been messed up for a while. So there we are with that. So back out just a little bit. Yeah, those plastic bottoms, they're pretty bad, and in cold weather, they worse. So they will crack all to pieces. All right, there we are. We're back out. Hey Wesley, that's my worker there, y'all. He is watching. You was a good cameraman, Wesley, whenever we first started. Alright, so let's figure it out. It don't bend, so I know it don't come apart that way. Probably the plastic snaps off or something. Okay, it's got some bolts right here. And it's got some bolts right here. Let's see. You always want your bucket where you can keep up with your crap that you take off of it, because it will get lost, especially in a shop like this. I forgot to cut my phone off, y'all. So that was my phone ringing there. Okay, that right there didn't have to come off. Let me put these bolts back in. Alright, that didn't look like it had to come off. So, stick this back on. I just now seen that it's got some bolts right in here. Right in here. These right here is what holds it on. And they're in the plastic, so we'll just tighten these right back up. Alright. See if that's it. Alright, you can look at this and tell it's real bad. It looks like rusty. It looks real rusty on that side. Like I said, I usually don't work on something that's real filthy. And if you look right there, you can tell that's pretty thick rust. That's pretty thick. This right here looks real bad. I can sandblast it and just blow the tracks back out, so it's not going to be that bad to knock it off. Then just put some paint on it. So go outside and knock this down. It shouldn't take too long. I will have to leave you for just a minute so I can get my air hose out here. Alright, we're just gonna stick it right down here. You can see I got my little sandblaster right here. And line you up. Okay, there you go. Let me get my Alright, so what I gotta do is take and put this on, because you can get silicosis from sandblasting. That's that little fine looking sand that you see floating in the air. Once you breathe that in, it supposedly, I've heard, never comes out by somebody that does sandblasting for a living. Alright, so we're gonna go right here. Put you back down here where we can see what's going on. I'll put this suit right here on. Alright, so we knocked most of the rust off of it. So what I'm gonna do is come over here, set the seat up. You can tell that right there looks a whole lot better. We did knock all the rust out of here and here and the bottom. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to stand this right here up. I can't see a thing out here. All right, maybe you're there. I'm gonna blow that off. It's not a good idea to paint over sand. This is just cheapo paint. Well, it is made by Rust-Oleum, but it ain't I don't think it's the highest grade for sure. I'm not necessarily doing this for looks. I'm kind of just doing it to preserve it, because I'm sure the guy that owns it don't care if it. He just wants it to last, and that's what I want. It don't take but just a few minutes to actually do it right, so I would suggest just take a few extra minutes and make your work look like it's done like it's supposed to. Okay, and that's the way it's done, just like that. So looks a whole lot better. We know it's gonna not rust as easy as it did once before, and we'll let that dry. And I'll take my hose back inside. So there we go. when you put that hood on, it'll fix your hair. I see it in the camera. So there. All right. So what we'll do is we'll come right here, and if you look at these, you'll see that I told you I wasn't going to pull the staples out like this, so I just grind them off. They were so rusty, if you try to pull them out anyway, they'll break. So I just left them in there. These right here, I hadn't started on them yet, but I'm going to cut these right here out too. And if you look right here, you'll see the bottom is cracked pretty bad. And on this wheel right here, I use these as cutoffs, so I took 2 wheels and just glued them together to make it wide enough to cut that right, to get that staples off pretty easy. I'm surprised that still held up, but it did pretty good. Alright, you just take your razor, like we done yesterday, and just cut along that edge. These seat covers will get hard when they're left outside. This one is, I don't know how old it is, but I'm gonna say it ain't that old. It's been put on since the thing was new. It's hard as a rock. I mean, if you bend it, you can tell that it puts some grease in the vinyl. So. And when you get ready to make a mess, start grinding them staples out. It will make a pretty big mess. There you go. Headliner material. They use that so it had some foam damage before. There's a little bit of the foam left. So I don't know if the dog's mad or if he's playing, but they'll tear them up. I wish I could thank all the dogs that sent me that business. Alright, and this is how you get the staples out right here. Take a zip wheel. They make a blade about that thick. I just didn't have one, so I just made one. So you just take it and Them staples will stick in your fingers pretty easy. So if you got real thin skin, you might want to get you some gloves. They just had a bunch of staples left over, or they just had something that they wanted to damn shoot in here. But it don't take that many staples. There's probably 30 right across there. This is in my area, so I know who all does upholstery work in this area. I hope he didn't get this done here. I hope he took it somewhere else, to another area. I ain't blasting nobody. I'm just saying. You don't have to put 1,000 staples in it. Alright, you see, you start pulling them out, you can't hardly pull them out. That's the reason I'm grinding them out. Get rust on the back side where the foam's been wet. The rust swells on the staple. It won't hardly go through that plastic. So you try to break the staple or whatever. So grinding. If Wesley was out here, I would have him doing this. Alright, y'all, so here we are, still pulling this stuff out. This probably eliminates a bunch of the people that want to do it, but it's not that hard. So just get you a little zip wheel. You can buy them that run off of 110. You don't have to have an air compressor. It does make a whole lot of, it does make a mess. Just as you go, and you find one, just pull it out. Then take you some anger green. That's what my grandboys call it. Angry green. Just spray it down. Let it sit for a minute. Most of this crud will come off of it. You have to do the same thing to the backrest. I'm going to see if I can pull any of this stuff out first. Alright. We're not going to go through this. I will do this right here later. I guess there'll be a episode 4. We'll finish it up then though. Because I do have some stuff to do today. Alright, this we're gonna take and draw the panel out, like the pattern out that I want to go with. So we'll be able to do that. Let me clean some of this mess up right here. Upholstery shop gets real dirty. If you see somebody with a clean upholstery shop, they really, they probably ain't doing much. All right, so there's our piece right there. That saves my table, so I'm gonna come right over here. Stick this piece right here. Spray some more angry green on it. Man, what a mess. Hey, I create a good mess. So, get you set up right here where you can see what's going on. Okay. This is the bottom to the driver's seat. The other seat just kind of snaps into place. Alright, so this is the backrest, this is the bottom. This is the bottom foam. I already wrote front on it because that's where the front is on it. Keep up with it. You see they're real close. The sides is real close. This side right here is a little bit taller. That's the front. This is the back. Alright, so I'm going to cut it around to the front. Already got all this glued together, so y'all didn't have to watch me do piece by piece. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna just take it over to one side because all of them are just alike. I just don't need this extra right here. So what I'm gonna do is come right in here. I know y'all didn't notice, but that side right there goes in, that dip. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna straighten that out like that. That way, if you know it's not right, if you know it's straight, like this side right here straight, you know you need to make this side right here straight. I'm looking for my knife, so I'll just come back here and saw it off real quick. Alright, so you see I got it cut off. Just cut it off on the edge. I do have a knife right here, but that joker is... I like to drop the camera. Hold on. This knife right here is really it's a piece. So it really ain't that good. And I had another one right here and I don't see it. So yeah, it wasn't great neither, but these little knives like this right here work real good for what you're doing with them. Right here, I got that cut in place. I'm gonna come right here, cut this side right here in place. I pick these up from the flea market a lot of times, and I see why this one was in the flea market. You know, people never use these too much. Who knows? The guy might have did upholstery work and wears them out like I do. Okay. That's the front. This is the front. Goes just like this. Alright, so it goes just like this. Fits in here. Just like that. That's the front. Okay, so that's the front. That's the way it fits, just like this. Be easy to cover. I'm just going to glue that on. I don't want to put too much on there. I don't have my little piece of plastic up there to get on my table. It don't come off very easy. It don't come off your hands real easy neither. Okay, what I'm gonna have to do with this is if I put a seam across here, I'm gonna have to grind me a seam in there. But you got to know where you're going first, so you got to know how you're gonna fix this seat. And that's the next thing. Just figuring out how you're gonna do it, how you're gonna make it, how you're gonna make it look. You got to have a plan. So maybe sitting down. So you got to sit down and draw it and figure out how you're going to do it. Like, hey, how am I going to get this right here done? Let's see. It don't have to look great. Just have an idea about where you're going with it. So there's my paper. I'm trying to line it up in the camera. There's my paper. So you can get your ink pen, you can get your pencil, or you can get something like that, and then you got to sit down and kind of draw that seat out. How you want to make it. What's going to be orange, what's going to be black. I could put some white on it because it did have white on it once before. You see the shape of the foam. This is the I'm gonna try to turn it around here where you can see, because I'm not that great of an artist, but right there. Okay, we'll take this and try to figure out how we're gonna make that foam with the cover on it, because it don't have no cover and I don't have no patterns for it. So you got to figure it out. So right here, maybe I can turn you around right here where you can look. Hold on. I'm left-handed, so I got to get you where you can actually see what I'm doing. If I was drawing it right-handed, I can write right or left, but I can't draw. Look, left-handed. Okay, here we are. There's our seats. That's the backrest. Right here. That's the backrest. Alright, so we'll come right here and make that backrest like this. We know it's got a lumbar in it, so it goes up top like that, like this. Come right here. And now we got the foam drawn. Alright, so there's our piece of foam right there. Alright. I'm going to roll it over the edge right here, and I'm going to do the other backrest the same way. Right there. So I'm going to come right in here. Let me see how I want to do it. How do I want to do it? This is where you got to sit down and kind of figure out what you want to do. You know? You don't want too much orange on it. And if I put white up here at the top, you know, I want to put Polaris on it. So if I put white on it, and it's going to have the black letters of Polaris. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come right in here. Let's do it like this. Hold on. I got to take into account for the other seat. Orange. Let's do it like this. Alright. We'll come right in here. Like that. Then we'll come right in. Everybody goes up and down with lines. Let's put some crossways like this. Like double pleated. Okay. All right, so that's the backrest. That's the way we'll do it. Now we'll do the bottom. All right, let's see if we can draw this where you can see it. Go like that. It goes like that, and it comes back up. We'll go across here. All right. This part right here, I think I want to kind of go across here. Like that. This part right here, going to be orange. This part right here is going to be orange. And we're going to do it the same way. We're going to come right across here. That's here. Right across here. Okay, so that'll be the bottom right there. The other side, if you look at this, where we at? Let me open this bag up. Okay. This side right here, if you look at this seat and look at this one has this contour to it right here, like that. And it's got one at the bottom. So it fits like this. See? It'll fit like that. So I got to make a pattern now to match this one over here. So let's get to it. We got to make it match. You got to have some kind of plan. I'm just making this up as I go. I do this all the time. I mean, you got to have a plan. You got to know where you're going with it. So you got to have some sort of idea. Either somebody's got to tell you or something. All right, so the other seat's going to look like this. All right, there it is. That's the side of it. We're going to come over here. It goes up. I said I wanted to go over the edge, so I'm going to go over the edge. I'm going to make a flat piece right there across that top. Then I'm going to come right here. Boom. Just like that. It rounds a little bit on the edge. I'm looking at the phone. It rounds a little bit on the edge. We're going to come right down here. Go right here. I want it to look like this. I want it to look like this. So now I got to try to figure out a way to make this piece look right with that piece. So all I know to do is come right in here. Right in here, just like that. And come across here. Like that. Come in here. Put me an orange strip right here. Put me an orange strip right here. This piece right here might be a little further over. Like that. It might be a little further over. So this piece, this top piece right here is going to look a little different. So we'll come right here. Oh, and they will be straight. They won't be crooked like this, what's on the paper. I'm trying to draw it sideways. So the bottom is kind of like this bottom. We're just going to come right in here. maybe come down this side, make it like this, make it kind of resemble this over here. Then we'll come in here, and I'll put my line across here in the foam, and I come right here. This is gonna be orange. This is gonna be orange. Put my pleat sideways, from side to side, like that. Now we got an idea of how we're gonna make the seat. You need to know what you're doing whenever you make one, so you got to have a plan. I mean, you wouldn't get on a chess table and say, hey, I can beat you in chess unless you know that you got some kind of plan. And that's where we're at right here. We're making the plan. So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna fix these seats like this, and draw them out on the foam to resemble this right here, and this will be our plan. How about that? Okay. We know what we're gonna do. I'm gonna bring y'all back. How's that go? Back. This damn stand I got is an antique. I ain't lying. Alright, here we go. We got our plan. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna come right here. That's our blueprint. This right here is the backrest. I ain't even cut it out yet. See? Turn it like that. That's the bottom. I went over to the edge with the other one, so I'm going to do the same thing with this one right here. Hey Wesley, you still in there? That's my sidekick. Alright, I'm going to come back here to the saw and cut this right here. It cuts it real quick, so I'll be back in about 2 seconds. Alright, so there's our foam, already cut, and it fits this right here, just right, just like that. That's the bottom right here. Well, that's the top. That's the bottom of it. That's maybe I need to write the top on it where I can keep up with it. Okay, just like this. We'll look at this. We'll look at this paper right here. Y'all sit right there. Y'all see me draw it. So we're gonna measure off a little bit, see if we can't figure out exactly where we want to be. I could just draw it, but sometimes it's best to have a little bit of a straight line on it, knowing where you're going. All right, so when you do this, when you do these seats like this, you need to look at it and take a perspective of how far this is from the front and how far you want to go to the front. You don't want to go way back here. It's going to look like, you know, with the rolling pleats, you want enough of it to show. So I'm going to come up here, probably, I'm going to say around 12 inches right here. That's how far I want it to go forward. I'm going to come I'm gonna come over here. I want these pieces to be about 4 inches right here. So I got my 4 inches. Come over here. I want this right here 4 inches. I know that looks normal, around 4 inches right here on the side. I don't want a piece there that's 2 inches or 3 inches. 3 inches still, it's ballparkish, but I know 4 inches is good. I can look at this line right here and tell how straight that is. I don't have to measure from that side because I already know that that's. I can look at that and tell. All right, this is 12. I want this right here 11. 11. Because I don't want that line right there. I don't want it straight across. I could make it straight across if I wanted to. But what I want to do is I want to come right in here, just like this. And I'm going to make that line. Just like that. According to the drawing, I went all the way over to the edge. Like that. Alright, just like that. So this whole front part right here is gonna be smooth. If they start, if they get on here with shorts or something like that, and they want that right there smooth and not a lump or something behind their legs. So we'll groove this right here out. We'll groove this right here out. We'll groove this right here out. And that's where, whenever I sew the seam in it, that's where the seam's gonna go. But before I do this, I need to do this one right here the same way. You ain't gonna believe this. You ain't gonna believe this. I have my backrest right there. I'm gonna have to redo every bit of this. Alright. So that's my backrest. I'm gonna have to redo it. This right here is my bottom. Alright, that's the front right here. I wanted this right here 4 inches. 4. If you make a mistake, you can always go back and redo it. 4. 4. I wanted this 12 inches from the back. There's my 12. I wanted this on the side 11 inches. So that's 11. 11. I'm going to come right here. Just like that. We know this is the bottom, and that's the way I'm going to do it. I'm going to come right in here. I'm going to make this part right here to where it don't fit on their leg, where it's not going to hurt their legs. This right here is going to be pleated right in here. Like maybe like that. About that far apart. I could make them tighter, but I'm just going to make them just like that. Roll and pleat it. Sew these pieces right here on. Going to be orange. Orange. I could make this up here orange. I don't know for sure if I'm going to do it. I might not. I just don't know yet. I do have some white. I just don't know which one I want to put on here. So this part right here, I need something to take the lines off, but I don't, and I don't have the staples ground out of it neither. So what I do is I'll just take and get my little sander and sand them lines off, start all over on that line. on how I want to do that. But it's gonna match this bottom. And this right here, this is gonna match the bottom too. So we're looking at our blueprint right here. And we're gonna come right here and we're gonna do this bottom the same way. I'm thinking that I want to come over this far, right here. I want to come over this far, right here at this line. And this will be our, this will be the sit down part right here. Right here. That's where I want to go. That's low enough to catch this right here. So this, I have a piece that comes up here, right in here. Just like that. Right here, on top of this right here, I have a seam. Just like that. That piece right there will be a solid color. This piece right here is going to be like these pieces. All right, I made that 12. Come right here. This I made it 4. That's 11. We went all the way from the side over there, so we're gonna go just like this right here. Just like that. Seat sets just like that. This part right in here be rolling pleated. This part right here, all the way over to here, is gonna be one solid color. And now, like I said, I haven't made my mind up yet if it's gonna be white. Because see, the thing did have some white on it. Right there. It had Polaris wrote on it. So I could go back at the top and put Polaris back on it and make it look like it came that way. Then the average person would say, hey, the seats are in good shape. They would never know that they were not just right. All right, so this bottom right here, this is the center part right here. We'll come right in here like this, measure it off the same way. All right, so that's 18 inches to the center. Right there, it's on that line. Just like that. All right. This is the passenger seat. I'm gonna come right in here. Well, I marked it on the wrong side. But right in here, you can mark it just like this right here. just like that. We'll come over here 4 inches. 4 inches right here. 4 inches right here. Well, okay, so this is the front part. Again, all over again. This right here is going to be rolling pleated like that. Maybe about 3 inches apart right in here. So it won't have many pleats in it, just a few. The back rest will fit on here just like this. All over the line up. And that's very important to have all these seams and stuff to line up. Get your little 1/2 inch grinder, sander. You can cut the seams right in here real easy, just like this. So you cut your seams, that's where your, whenever you sew the seam, that's where the seam's gonna go right in here. You can tell I didn't go but like a 1/2 inch. A lot of times seats come and they put Velcro in this right here and they'll stick it down with Velcro, but I'm not gonna do that because I'm gonna glue the cover on. That's not gonna be a requirement. So we'll finish this up on the 4th episode, and you can see what it's going to look like. Maybe you can learn something, maybe not, but hopefully you like what you see and you can like and subscribe to my channel. Trying to build this. I'm learning, just like I'm trying to teach you some stuff about upholstery work. Thank you for tuning in. Like and subscribe.